Hey Vinyl Nation, I am Matt the Fat Bearded Vinyl Guy. I am back in the vinyl lair. I'm trying something new, what I call the best year ever. It's intentionally spelled like that. I just gotta be different. So with this feature, I plan on counting down my top 5 plus honorable mention records from a particular year. For the first entry in this feature, I thought the best year to start with was the year I was released, 1976. Now I have one standing rule for lists like this: no compilation or live albums. So I'm leaving off some records like Frampton Comes Alive, Zeppelin's The Song Remains the Same, or Black Sabbath's We Sold Our Soul for Rock and Roll. Those usually have the best songs on them to begin with, so that's just cheating. So let's get started with our honorable mention. Led Zeppelin is one of my favorite bands, so it feels odd for me to only have it as an honorable mention. But I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's my list, and if you don't like it, no refunds. Presence was released on March 31st of 1976 and contains the classics Achilles' Last Stand and Nobody's Fault But Mine, as well as great album tracks like Candy Store Rock and Royal Orleans. To think of it, it's kind of odd that I put it like that, because that was the respective A and B side of the only single from Presence. I guess I just don't think of it like that. The sixth album from REO Speedwagon was released in June of '76 and featured the return of Kevin Cronin, who left the band after their second album in 1972. Although the official name of the album is REO, some fans refer to it as COW, referring to the cover art. This record features the classic Keep Pushin', among other tracks like I Believe Our Time Is Gonna Come, Breakaway, and Lightning, that I really get into. It's one record that I just can't get enough of. A New World record is one of my two favorite Electric Light Orchestra records, along with 77's Out of the Blue. This record was released in September 1976 in the US and November '76 in the UK. This album contains some of my favorite all-time ELO cuts, like Telephone Line, Livin' Thing, Rock Aria, and one of my all-time favorite songs overall, Do Ya. It's a song covered by Ace Frehley on one of his solo records. A Day at the Races was released in December 1976 and was Queen's fifth album and the second consecutive album using the title of a Marx Brothers film, after 1975's A Night at the Opera. Tie Your Mother Down is the perfect start to an album, a heavy Brian May-penned rocker. Side 2 starts with one of my favorite Queen cuts, Somebody to Love. I do wish they would have used an actual choir for the background vocals instead of just overdubbing the band 100 times, but you know what? I'm not a producer. I'm just a guy in his basement. One thing I love about Queen is that an album is a musical journey, hitting a lot of musical styles, and A Day at the Races is no different. You get the rockers, some gospel sounds, a waltz, and whatever good old-fashioned Loverboy is. I featured this one a few weeks ago in a Too Late record review, and here it is again. This was released in March of 1976 and was the first album after Kiss blew up with the Alive record the year before. Destroyer was the first Kiss album to go platinum, selling 1 million units in the US, and it only took 7 months to do it. Many of these songs are Kiss classics, and most of the album was played in their live shows, at least the 2 times I saw them. Detroit Rock City, God of Thunder, Shout It Out Loud, and Beth are some of Kiss's best songs, and all of them are on Destroyer. Before I get to number 1, I want to show a few records that just missed the list. I call them my cigar entries, as in close but no cigar. The debut record from Boston is another one that I featured recently. This one was released in August of 1976. All 8 cuts on this record can be heard on your local classic rock station, including an all-time classic, More Than a Feeling, that kicks off side 1. I also mentioned this in my favorite debut albums video, that guitarist Tom Scholz recorded the entire album in his basement, all while he was working for Polaroid in product development. I also mentioned that I didn't think he went back to Polaroid, Although I haven't seen any confirmation of that, but then again, I didn't look too hard. That's all for now. For more music talk and vinyl shenanigans, go to fatbeardedvinylguy.com. You'll find links to my social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you need more, catch me on Richard Tiemann's Fan Show every Wednesday, where I feature one record from my collection. I've been trying to get more obscure, so check that out to see what gem I'm hiding down here. If you like what I'm doing, hit subscribe and click the bell to be notified of new videos. Until next time, take it easy, and I'll catch you on Side B.